What is my verb? Cooper. Identify. What am I identifying? What am I identifying, Melvin?
The attributes of my life.
Awesome. Repeat after me. I would know. What I can do is when. I can. Identify. Parallel. Segments. Alright, so we know that the verb is identify. What are we identifying in this bullet point? Madison. Parallel segments. Alright? Repeat after me. I can. Identify. Segments. Identify is our verb again. What are we identifying in this sentence right here, Amari? Perpendicular.
Segments.
Awesome. All right. I can. Identify. Right angle. Let's identify again. What are we identifying? Autumn. Right angles. I can. Identify. Lines. Of symmetry. All right. What are we identifying? What are we identifying, Kaden? Awesome. All right. I can. Identify. Two-dimensional. Shapes. And attributes. All right. What am I identifying? Violet. All right. Last one. I can compare. And contrast. Two-dimensional shapes. And attributes. Alright, so this one is different. What is my verbs? And the last one, I actually have two verbs. Shania,
Compare.
compare, what else? Contrast. Alright, what am I comparing and contrast? Saeed,
Two-dimensional shapes and attributes.
two-dimensional shapes and attributes. Alright. I want you to turn to page 685. 685, the same file we use all week. Give me thumbs up once you're done. Seconds left. Alright. Complete. First off, what does compare mean? What does compare means? Gabriel?
Comparing two stories or two stuff that's alike and different.
So he said comparing two stories, two stuff as in things that are alike or could be different, okay? Alright, so it says, think about how these shapes are alike and different. You can use a ruler to measure the size. Write two ways in which these shapes are alike. So what I want you to do is to write how are these two shapes are alike. Go ahead. Right? How they are like. I will also suggest that you look at what type of angles that they have. Look at the type of angles that they have. You don't remember the angles, refer back to our anchor chart. Smart. that the shapes are alike? Who would like to give me one way that the shapes are alike? Madison?
They both have a right angle.
Okay. Does everybody agree?
Yeah.
Both of the shapes have right angles. All right, who would give me another one? Who would like to give me another one? Dakota.
They both got parallel.
Does everybody agree?
Yes.
These shapes both have parallel lines. All right. The second one asks you, write 2 ways in which these shapes are different. I want you to turn to the person next to you and softly talk about how they are different. Go.
Well, how do you think they're different? Oh, different. Probably. Are you gonna
She said, tell.
So they're different because
Oh, yeah, that's it. Look, and this is her right angle. They have fronts. And what else is different? You can see that they both
It's okay. Okay. All right, let's come back as one. Violet and Odd, I want y'all to stand up. And I want y'all to share to the class what y'all said about how these shapes are different. Because I would never thought of that. Go ahead.
Okay, so Violet, tell them what you said. Okay, so I said this one looks like a flashlight and this one looks like the house.
Okay. So she said this shape right here, this shape looks like a house. And her aunt said this will look like a flashlight,
I said that one looked
like
like
a ice cream.
cone, and the other one looked like somebody ate off the cookie. Okay.
All right, I would like to hear other people say their thoughts. What about Lucy? Go ahead.
Madison and Arizona was saying that they're different shapes, and that one right there, it looks kind of like a light bulb.
Okay, all right, one more person. Good job. I like how y'all thinking outside the box. Y'all being creative with it. Carson?
So me and Connor were talking about how this one was because
That one looked like a house and that one looked like chimney.
You said this one look like a house and this one like what?
A chimney.
A who?
A chimney.
Okay, that's different.
what did you say?
All right, let's move on. So, Number 2, it says, Zahara says that all rectangles belong in the group some right angles. Katin says that all rectangles belong in the group all right angles. Who is correct? So basically they're saying, Zahara is saying that rectangles belongs in some right angle groups. Katin is saying that it belongs in all right angle groups. Alright, so I'm going to give you 10 seconds to think about that before we answer that. Alright, raise your hand if you agree with Zahara. She says that all rectangles believe in the group some right angles. Raise your hand. Alright, who would like to share why you say that? Why do you say that Zahara is correct? Landon.
The reason why I say she's correct is because if you like draw the all the rectangles that you have in your mind, and you put them on a paper, and you like find how many right angles there are, all of them don't have that many right angles.
Okay. So Landon says that. And repeat that again.
If you write how many triangles you're thinking in your head, and you put them on a piece of paper, all of them are not going to have right angles.
Okay. Who would else like to share? Cooper?
I say she's correct because I think Zara is correct because all you gotta do is just count the angles.
Okay. Alright, raise your hand if you agree with Katin. Says that all rectangles belong in the group all rectangles. All rectangles. So look at it, y'all. You have a rectangle right here, okay? Then you have a square, right? You see? And then let's just say if it was kind of like slanted, like it could look like a diamond because it's kind of rotated in a sense. Would it still be considered as a right angle?
No.
So, look at it. Only thing difference about it is that it's just rotated. You see it? You see it?
It's just kind of.
I love how Bible said if you look at it this way, it kind of looks like what?
A square.
Because look at it. You got this right, you have this right here. See?
Oh.
So, let me ask you again. Who is correct?
Zara.
Let's read the question again. Zara says that all rectangles belong in some right angles. Some. Katin says that all rectangles belong in group all right angles. So Zara is saying they belong in some groups, but Katin is saying it belongs in all groups. Tell me how Katin is right.
Because if you look at a I don't know, I read it that a square is basically a rectangle. A square has all 4 right angles. And a rectangle has all 4 right angles. Either way, it has 4 right angles. Like, it has all 4 right angles. Because, like, you wrote the rubber's right there with the square. It just turned around. But you still can make a right angle out of that.
Good job. He just explained basically that all rectangles have how many sides?
4.
4. Casey is correct because all rectangles have 4 sides. And they are all what angles? They're all right angles. Okay? Even if you rotate, which I did right here, I rotated it, okay? Even if you rotate the shapes with the rectangles, they will still have right angles. All right. 40 seconds to write. Because look, grab me a pen so I can color code for y'all. Grab me a color pen. Look right here. Got a square right here, right? Right here, it is considered as parallel because it's going up and down, right? Grab me another color pen. It's going up and down, and then you also have a perpendicular, not perpendicular. You also have another parallel right here. It's going side to side. And then look right here. You got your right angle right here. See it? Yeah. When you're looking at these shapes, I think for some of y'all, because with our previous exit tickets, I seen that some of y'all just settle for one angle. You got to look at these shapes. He asked how they're right angle when they have parallel lines, but this is the thing. You got parallel right here because it's going up and down. Right? But it goes the right angle right here as well. It's so many angles. You know, like the other day when we first learned this, y'all was having a hard time with finding the angles within your name with the letters and stuff. You gotta look at it. You gotta take the time and look, because on a milestone, they can ask you, select all the angles that is part of the shape. For some of y'all, I know y'all just probably want to click one and say, oh, it's just right angle. But it's more to it. You got to look at it. Okay? Alright, draw a shape that belongs to both of these groups. All sides are the same length and no right angles. I want you and your partner to talk about it and draw it.
No right, okay.
Draw a shape that belongs to both of these. the first one looked like. Third one looked like.
What y'all talking about? No, girl. Don't have no.
A square has a
So we're gonna do Caroline because
it's a curve. I'm finna write your
Oh, so girl, okay, so all from squares. Or and triangles. No, So it's telling, hey y'all, number 3 is telling y'all to draw a group that has all sides are the same length. And it's also telling you to draw another group that has no right angles. Y'all got to read. It's milestone time. That's what it's telling you what to do. And when you're doing it in groups, make sure you're labeling what group has no right angles and what group has the same length. Alright. Which group is ready? One of y'all come in here and draw.
okay, so what we put a square and a small square. Cause this one it has a right angle and the other one has a right angle. So this group would be the group with right angles
With the same length.
with the same length. And we draw a circle because this doesn't have a right angle.
Okay, good job. Alright. Who else want to come in here and draw one? Shania? how Shania is labeling all of the angles. Good job.
Yeah, good job.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay. Also draw one for no right angle.
Oh.
Okay, awesome. Good job. All right. We're going to skip to take it out the door since we're in crunch time. I want you to close your books. Close your books. Close your books. We're going to do our ticket out the door. Cooper's going to pass them out. Once he give it to you, go ahead and start. And we're not talking. It says complete the table by writing the letters. The letters. What are you only writing?
The letters.
Okay, so do not spend time just drawing the shapes. It's taking us too much time.
Yes, ma'am.
Complete the table by writing the letters of the shapes that belong in each group. Some shapes may belong to both groups. So you have quadrilaterals, which is 4, and you have at least one right angle. Go ahead and do that. Remember, you only writing the letter. You're not drawing the shape. And hold on to it once you're done. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. One more minute. All right. So, who would like to come over here and label the quadrilaterals? The quadrilaterals, the 4 sides. Landon, after Landon Madison, you can come and do the at least one right angle, okay? Label. All right. Does everybody agree with Landon?
Yes.
Okay, who would like to write a ladder in one of them for at least one right angle? Madison? Just give me one. All right, does everybody agree with her? All right, good job. I love how they labeled they put the letters under correct ones, because quadrilaterals, how many does quadrilaterals have? 4. All right, and then for at least one right angle, she put C. Is that correct? Yes. All right, good job.